Hey there, everyone. Hope you can hear me okay. I think the microphone picks me up really well. I just know it's a little bit noisy outside. We've got the editorial printer running, and I hear Mr. Robinson. I just heard Mr. Tyler Wayne talking with Ben Graham, and they're working on something out there. But hey, I'm here with you. It's kind of in the middle of the day, and this thought struck me, and I did want to share it. Among the different kinds of videos that we look forward to sharing here on the website. In fact, those that I'm personally most excited about, because it's one of my favorite topics, we do want to talk about reasons we can believe that God exists, reasons we should believe that God exists, reasons that we can put our trust in the knowledge that there is indeed a divine creator of all of existence, let alone mankind, let alone you and me. And I do like logical proofs, so I'll probably cover some of those like I did several years ago at a Charlotte Family Weekend. But there's also, you don't have to be a master of logic to be able to come to the rational conclusion that there is a creator of all things. And sometimes even innocuous little things can remind you of that fact and help to highlight that fact. In particular, today I would like to focus on Lego. I've made this point on telecasts, at least 2 telecasts, where they actually let me bring some small Lego pieces onto the set and play with it on the Tomorrow's World program in a small way. And let me be upfront. People have sometimes, associated me here and there. They like the fact that I do recognize that Lego is pretty cool. But I do want to be honest. I am more than 50 years old now. It's not like I play with Lego all the time. Even the youngest of my children. My children were kind of my gateway into staying close and connected to the Lego systems that were being developed and all the rest. And even my youngest one is 18 and in college getting a math degree. So anyway, things, life does change. And I haven't actually done anything significant with Lego in a long time. Some of you preteens at one of the one of the feast sites that I ran way back when, you'll remember some of the millennial themed Lego sets that we had actually put together that we had on display. But anyway, my admiration of what is the Lego building system has not changed, and it's a remarkable reminder that God exists, believe it or not. And so I do keep a little bit of Lego in my office. What I held up here is your classic 2x4 Lego brick. I know as the Lego system and company expanded and grew in popularity, they made all sorts of licensing deals with various major corporations and entertainment corporations, movie studios and such. So, and then they also started different kinds of sets with a lot of really with more specialized pieces, I should say. But back in my day, as those of us over 50 like to say, Lego didn't have so many specialized pieces. You really had mostly a lot of basic bricks, and you could still do so much with them. And so I do like to keep the basic bricks. I have a yellow 2x4 in this particular case. I have a red one, and then I have a plate. This is also a 2x4 plate in this particular case, but the plates are different because they're a little thinner. And if you have ever spent any time with either whether you had some when you were younger, or whether you have you have a cousin who plays with them, or maybe you even get some of the more advanced sets yourself and you're familiar with it. I think it's a Danish company that makes Lego. I'd hate to get that wrong. Sometimes when the camera turns on, all the facts you think you know suddenly depart from your brain, and you end up saying things not quite as smartly as you would otherwise. But it's just amazing how well engineered these little things are. I just have to press, and the way the different bumps on the top fit within the inside there, the hollow inside, it fits snugly enough that it holds really well, right? Doesn't fall. And yet at the same time, it's not like it's a great struggle to put it on. It really is just a matter of, if I can do it right here in front of the camera, it's just a matter of pressing them together. Why is that? Why do these sets work so amazingly well together? It's because of how well designed and engineered they are. If you actually look at looks like I'm getting a text. If you look at the plate, for instance, and the actual Lego brick, it's precisely within certain tolerances that are so fine I won't bother to go into them. but it's engineered so that, you know, 3 of these plates will equal the height of 1 brick. So if you put 3 of them together, it's 1 brick, but it's so much more than that, because it's not just, okay, we need to make each of the plates 1/3 the size, the height of a brick, but the width is exactly what it would need to be. So if you, in part of your construction, you had to wedge a piece in between 2 of the bumps on the top, you can do that. It sticks right there. And I apologize for any computer noises you're hearing in the background. Again, this is a work day, but I'm counting this as work. Yes, I'm playing with Lego, but technically it's work because I'm teaching people, right? I hope you agree with that. It is astonishingly well designed in all the details. They had to make sure the spacing, right, between each of the parts on top is just right to accommodate the width of one of the flatter pieces, and the tolerances are just fantastic. When you do put these together, you really see how snugly they do fit. There's just not a gap, and it's a fairly robust design. Like this one has been used before. This was one that I think I was going to say robbed, but really if I paid for all the sets that my children played with it, don't I own them? There's this piece that I took from my kid's set way back when to include in my office. And, you know, it's got a ding right there. It's clearly been bumped or nicked because I did have 4 boys. There was a lot of exciting Lego action going on. Not a boring day ever for a piece of Lego in our house. Anyway, and yet it still works. That ding right there wasn't enough to make it unfunctional, to make it not able to work. Actually, again, really robust. If you're familiar at all with these little pieces, you'd have no question that someone had intelligently designed each of these things to create a simple but robust construction system. No one would think that this was in any way undesigned. In fact, there are construction systems out there that aren't nearly as well thought out or flexible as Lego is. It's quite a bit of engineering. Now, I know the analogies seem kind of obvious, and there's so many we could go into in terms of talking about the reality of a creator, but I want to stay focused in particular on one. And I'll probably use Lego again for another example just because I like it so much. But I want to focus on one. What is the great construction set of the universe, of our reality? We've got atoms and molecules and the rest, and it really boils down to, as we understand in physics today, certainly we could be wrong about things, we're always learning more, but as we understand our model of the universe, there's a relatively small set of particles. You have not even protons and neutrons. You get more basic than that. You get to just a few little quarks that you can assemble like 2 pieces of Lego to create a proton, or you can assemble in a different way to create a neutron. And you've got electrons and then a few other particles like photons and neutrinos and these others, but it's a small set. And yet this set of objects, smaller frankly than the catalog of Lego. If you look at the individual Lego pieces, it's a massive catalog. A much smaller set of particles can be combined to create everything. You can create my lunchbox. I'd pick up the microphone here, but you can create the microphone. You can create the beautiful mural wall carpet that Mr. Who gave me that? Mr. Paul Shumway. Mr. Paul Shumway gave me actually several feasts ago. Every single book on my shelves here, all of them created out of this small set of particles. It should be obvious to even the most casual observer that this collection of particles were designed and were specified to build a world, right? To actually construct this world of real objects with various properties, including all the electronics in this computer that is recording my mug and putting this together for a video for our website. No one in their right mind would look at these things and draw a quick conclusion that somehow all of this just came together. If we can appreciate Lego, we should by far, and in a greater way, appreciate the construction set that God designed to build the entire physical realm around us, as it's far more ingenious and intelligently put together. Just a quick observation I wanted to share and give myself an excuse to play with a little bit of Lego in the middle of the day. Anyway, take care and I hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing.